And able to get this out to the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Love. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. To throw now. Here's Love. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. The deep to return is Josh Downs. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw this. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here is 3rd and 5. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Throwing. Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Love from the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.